moment 3 children salute the casket of their police officer father who was gunned down in cold blood by tattooed-covered gang member after responding to car crash. The 3 children of fallen Whittier police officer Keith Wayne Boyer saluted their father's coffin as it was brought in for his funeral on Friday. The veteran police officer was shot dead last month after he went to help a driver involved in a car crash and the driver opened fire. Family, friends and thousands of police officers gathered to honor the 54-year-old officer who was described as the best of the best, who was killed in the line of duty last month. Boyer, who joined the department in 1989, played the drums in a classic rock tribute and cover band. Before the funeral service, a procession was also held in his honor. Bagpipes played and Whittier police officers removed their hats at the service at Calvary Chapel Downey. "As I see the badges out there, I see heroes," said Pastor James Codis. "When you come against law enforcement, you come against God." He was the first Whittier officer in 37 years to be killed in the line of duty and at least the 5th law enforcement officer shot and killed in California since October of last year. More than 3,000 police chiefs, officers and deputies and other mourners squeezed into the church. "I cannot find the words to adequately describe the magnitude of our loss, which transcends Keith's family, the entire law enforcement community and his friends," Whittier Police Chief Jeff Piper told the gathered crowd. In his nearly 27 years as a police officer, Keith remained completely committed to his profession. He simply loved his job, he loved his co-workers and he loved his community, Chief Piper said. "Keith's memory will live forever in the halls of our department and in the minds of everyone who knew him," Chief Piper continued. "For you see, Keith is a hero and heroes never die. They live forever. Keith would tell us not to be sad, for he's in a better place." Boyer, who joined the force as a dispatcher in 1989 and became a full-time officer in 1990, had recently talked to the chief about retiring. A divorced father who played the drums, he was the best of the best who was sought for advice by his colleagues and superiors, the chief said. On Wednesday, Michael C. Mejia, 26, was charged with capital murder in the deaths of his cousin, Roy Torres, and Officer Boyer. Mejia is accused of killing Torres before fleeing in his cousin's car and crashing into 2 other vehicles. It was when Officer Boyer, 54, approached him at the scene of the crash, that he was shot. Mejia had been released from prison days earlier after spending 4 years behind bars for a felony robbery conviction, then another 2 for grand theft. He shot Boyer and his colleague as they patted him down, pulling a gun from his waistband suddenly while they searched him. They returned fire and wounded him too. He is also in hospital but is in a stable condition. Mejia was released early from county jail at the start of February after an arrest for violating his parole. He'd earlier been in state prison but was moved out as part of a scheme implemented by Governor Jerry Brown to reduce prison populations. Witnesses say that before he shot the police officers he also killed his 46-year-old cousin Roy Torres at a house in East Los Angeles. "It's extremely tragic," he said. "You just never know when officers respond to a call what they are going to run into." Of Mejia, he said, "We're still trying to determine why he shot. Obviously, he was in a stolen car. He is a gang member. We're trying to determine if anything else sparked that." Los Angeles County Sheriff Jim McDonnell added, "They walked up on the vehicle believing the motorist was in need of medical help and then they ended up in a gunfight for their lives." After the shooting, a long line of police cars escorted the slain officer's body from a hospital in Irving to the coroner's office. Mourners placed candles and flowers outside police headquarters, and fellow police officers saluted his casket, honoring the first officer from Whittier killed in the line of duty since 1979.